And now we have the honor of having legendary actor Edward James Olmos here in studio with us. And we are so thrilled. Welcome, Edward.
Welcome.
Thank you, ladies. It's an honor and a privilege.
And you've had such a fulfilling career, and it all started many, many years ago when you had that amazing role of El Pachuco in Luis Valdez's Zoot Suit. You went on to be nominated for a Tony on Broadway. And let me talk to us a little bit about how that role influenced your career to this day.
It was actually an opportunity that hit not only my career, but everyone that touched that play, including the director, the writer, of course, with Luis Valdez, and everyone that produced it, all the actors, everybody that was in it, all got launched into the mainstream theater and to Broadway. And we went on to be able to perform for the very first time in the history of American theater, a Chicano play on Broadway.
Mm. Well, you're also making your way back to television very soon. One of my favorite shows has a spin-off, The Mayans MC, and you have a role on there. Tell us about that, because I'm excited.
I'm excited, too. It's a very difficult subject matter. I need to say, if you saw Sons of Anarchy, then you really realize that it was a very compelling show, very dark, and but very honest to its own truth. And I hope that, I'm sure Kurt Sutter, who's doing this spin-off, will take the same kind of understanding and give it the kind of love and you know, integrity that he gave Sons of Anarchy.
And I'm mad at you because I asked you 5 months ago, are you gonna do Blade Runner? Because I know Blade Runner is coming up, and it's gonna be released in October. And so I asked you, are you gonna be reprise your role of Gaff in Blade Runner 2049? And you said no. Like, no.
Now, I'm going to ask you real quick for the whole world to know, how did you find that out?
I read it in the trades.
Guess
about
what?
a month ago.
Guess what? Okay. I signed a 7-page non-disclosure contract with those people. My agent did, my manager did, I did. Everybody said I couldn't talk about it. So I couldn't talk to anybody about it.
I forgive you.
I know.
I mean,
but guess what? This is the first time that I am telling everybody and telling the world right now that yes, I am going to be Gaff in Blade Runner 2049.
Because you know that movie, Blade Runner, is the only futuristic movie that I like. It's got such great thought about the script and the story. And tell us now how your character comes back, because he was like this stealth kind of guy, and he's coming back in the same role. How is he involved in the story?
Well, it's not about Gaff.
Of course.
But it's about someone who is going to try to find out certain things about us who were back then. They come to me. I'm now retired, and you'll get to see it. I don't want to ruin the picture for anybody, but the story. But just know that my role is like it was in the original. I only had 4 scenes. I think in this one I only have 1. And but it's, you know, again, poignant little piece of work that I'm very grateful.
You guys saw the first one, right?
Yeah.
I saw it, but I don't remember. I saw it a long time ago.
Oh, 40 years ago. Over.
Right. Well, I was 3 years old when it came out. But I saw it when I was probably a teenager, so I'm going to be...
Not that old. Get
yes,
out
I am.
of here.
But I'm going to be so happy to see it again. And I especially like the cultural aspect and the, you know, they don't really touch upon race as much as we do now. I think it was so forward-thinking, right, back then.
We're very lucky that that Ridley Scott is a very secure artist within himself, because I brought that to the piece. I brought the cultural dynamic to it. I spoke 10 languages. I was a mixture of different cultures, and it was really amazing that he allowed me to do it, because I never spoke in English. Really.
Wow. Well, you know, I've known Eddie for a while, and this year, because we met during Zoot Suit, but this year seems to be the year of the comebacks, because Zoot Suit is back at the taper, and you created that El Pachuco role, and now Sons of Anarchy, well, it's a different one, but also Blade Runner. So this is your year, and probably gonna be knocking them out of the park.
And you are somebody who's always very active in the community. That's one thing that you and I share in common. So how is it that you live this life of activism as well as maintaining this very active Hollywood career?
You know, it depends on how you're brought up, really. My family, my great-grandparents are the people who raised me, and I got to tell you, they were very giving people, constantly helping. So it's kind of like that was the norm, and they lived by a very simple understanding: the more you give, the more you receive. So they were constantly giving, and people would just help like crazy. So they were constantly giving, and people were giving to them, and it was a really wonderful era. I was, born in 1947. I'm 70. I know I look young, but
Hey, and
You look as young as you feel.
And the other thing is, though, don't be surprised if you see us on television soon as well.
If I get to do that with you, I'll be so happy.
Okay, now break the news.
Hey.
Did you sign a confidentiality?
Yes, I did. I had to.
Man.
I
Man.
had to. Just know that it's a long time coming.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to work with Eddie for a long time. All right.
And speaking of long time, I know that you and Belle have known each other for a very, very, very long time.
Not that long. She was a baby.
That's right.
So, which brings me to our new segment. It's a game. Do you really know me? So I'm going to do a little quiz, and since you might work with Aida in another project, I'm going to see how well Aida knows you and how well Belle knows you, and see who wins. So I'm going to do a little quiz if Aaliyah comes and ask a few questions, and you guys are all going to have to write the answers on the board or on the paper.
Oh, how nice.
Okay.
Like the newlywed game.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, no cheating. Okay, my first question, you guys all have to write it down. No cheating. Okay. As a teenager, Edward James Olmos was in a band. Name the name of the band.
Oh,
no
man.
cheating, Belle. I saw you trying to whisper to... Na. All right.
Okay.
Who knew Edward James Olmos was so multi-talented, right?
Oh, he can sing. He can dance. Well,
sing with
he
the
was a
best
wonderful dancer. Okay.
Okay, great. So,
Do we want to...
turn them all around.
The hipsters.
Oh, that's a good name. I would have liked
The
that name.
hipsters.
I said La Fania All Stars because I know how much he loves Puerto Rico.
Oh.
I love him.
I
Okay,
know.
what is it, Eddie?
So what is it?
The Pacific
Ocean.
Ocean. All right.
We're the biggest thing on the West Coast. I
I think it's time for a reboot of the Pacific Ocean. Seriously.
He said, ooh.
Please.
Okay. All right. So far, 0-0. Next question. How many times has Edward James Olmos been married? Huh. You guys all ready? Wow, he's
go
taking
ahead.
a long time out there. It must
He's
be
counting all of
he's
them.
counting. All right, ready? Okay,
Me
turn them
first?
all around.
Me first? Let's one by one.
No, I'll.
Okay.
Two.
I say
Puerto
two.
Rico. I said, wait a minute, what, Miss
Okay.
Puerto Rico and Edie, two.
Two.
Yeah, I thought
Edward
it was two,
James?
but it was a
Edward
long-term
James?
relationship.
Oh no!
No
It's still
fair.
going.
No do-overs.
Two. Wow, you guys got it right.
No, you know what? Because one was a really long-term relationship, but it wasn't. a
That's right.
marriage.
See that, but that's the thing is that
But it-
people think you've been married 4 times.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah, yeah.
Because to Latino.
Do you want me to go? No, we'll
Okay,
skip that.
last question. According to IMDb, which was the first speaking role that Edward James Olmos had on television? Extra credit if you can name the character's name. On what TV show? What TV show? Okay. According to IMDb, which was
IMDb, the very first one.
On television?
the very first speaking television role
Man, I could
for
have
Edward James Olmos.
cheated for this. I could have looked up your
know, all you had to do
IMDb.
is look up.
That's all I had to do. Okay.
All right,
I
ready?
got my answer.
Okay. Is everyone ready?
The new Centurions.
The new Centurions?
Oh, that's cool.
Let's hopefully Edward James Olmos will answer correctly.
I can
because-
see his answers, but I like being wrong
guessing.
on this.
Okay, what's yours?
I said all my children.
No.
That's a good one. That was a good. Now, I can't remember if it was Kojak or Policewoman.
Okay. It was Kojak.
It was Kojak,
in
right?
the role of Paco.
Paco.
And this was
I lose.
this was in 1975. And I'm curious, was Paco, was that a good role, or did you play a stereotypical Latino?
No, I
or-
played the owner of a bar. It was a restaurant bar, and I was the owner, and I was.
Okay.
Kojak came in and talked to me.
I didn't know that one, but I've known, like you said, Eddie for a long time, and Eddie just celebrated a birthday, and all that time I've known you, I have never celebrated a birthday with you. So we decided to celebrate your birthday. So let's get our cake come in, and let's start singing.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday to you.
Turn it around.
Happy birthday, dear Eddie. Happy birthday to you.
Blow the candle out.
I got it, man. What a beautiful cake.
Yeah, you can share with us or just take it home.
No, I'm taking it home. Thank you.